Imagine you're sitting on the couch when your dog approaches and gently places a single paw on your arm. Most owners assume this is a demand for a treat, or perhaps a lingering attempt to assert dominance, as many traditional training manuals once suggested. Modern canine ethology, the scientific study of animal behavior, has since corrected these assumptions. Researchers have found that pet dogs do not actually view their human families through the lens of a rigid, aggressive hierarchy. We are currently navigating an evolutionary gap. Because humans rely on verbal language and dogs rely on body language, we often mistranslate their physical cues by filtering them through our own primate-based social expectations. By misinterpreting these physical boundaries, we overlook the profound, affectionate messages our dogs are actively trying to share with us. The pervasive alpha myth was built on the false premise that a pawing dog is a pack leader demanding attention. This outdated theory incorrectly projected these survival-based hierarchies of wild wolves onto the domestic dog. In reality, domestic dogs use pawing as a form of active submission. This is an ingrained appeasement behavior, a way for the dog to acknowledge their human as a trusted provider and social partner. This behavior is specifically designed to invite a peaceful, non-threatening interaction. It is the canine way of soliciting a gentle social connection, rather than asserting a position of power. That paw on your arm represents a respectful, highly vulnerable request for emotional reassurance. To find the biological roots of this affection, Emory University researchers used an MRI scanner to look inside the minds of awake dogs. An MRI, or magnetic resonance imaging, is a tool that uses magnets to map brain activity by tracking blood flow. The study found that a dog's reward center, the part of the brain that processes pleasure, lights up more intensely for their owner's scent and praise than it does for a piece of food. If learning the secret scientific language of your pet is something you enjoy, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next deep dive. This neurological sensitivity is part of a larger system of calming signals. Canine behaviorist Tured Rugaas identified these as micro-movements, like a slow paw lift, a subtle lip lick, or freezing in place, that dogs use as biological tools to diffuse human stress. When you're having a bad day and your dog leans in or paws at you, they're acting as an emotional sponge. They are utilizing their hardwired biology to help regulate your nervous system. Another common tactile behavior is the heavy lean, where a dog presses their full body weight against your legs. While often dismissed as territorial marking, the science suggests something much deeper. Scientists now apply attachment theory to these moments. This theory, originally developed for humans, argues that the canine-human bond is biologically identical to the relationship between a human infant and its primary caregiver. This contact triggers the release of oxytocin in both the dog and the human. Oxytocin is a hormone, sometimes called the bonding molecule, that facilitates feelings of love and social security. This continuous chemical feedback loop reinforces mutual feelings of safety and trust. The heavy lean is the physical manifestation of that bond, confirming that for your dog, you are their ultimate safe space in a confusing world. Over 30,000 years of shared history, dogs abandoned the rigid survival instincts of their ancestors to adapt entirely to human life. They developed specialized eye muscles to communicate with us, and a unique tactile language that they rarely utilize with other dogs. Without the ability to speak, dogs have become entirely reliant on their physical bodies to express this ancient attachment to their owners. When your dog reaches out to touch you, they are bridging 30 millennia of evolution to perform the simple act of holding your hand. To see how dogs use their eyes to communicate that same deep connection, click the video on screen to learn the science behind a dog's gaze.